Consider the rational faculty with which God hath endowed the essence of man. Examine thine own self, and behold how thy motion and stillness, thy will and purpose, thy sight and hearing, thy sense of smell and power of speech, and whatever else is related to or transcendeth thy physical senses or spiritual perceptions, all proceed from and owe their existence to this same faculty. So closely are they related unto it, that if in less than the twinkling of an eye its relationship to the human body be severed, each and every one of these senses will cease immediately to exercise its function, and will be deprived of the power to manifest the evidences of its activity. It is indubitably clear and evident that each of these aforementioned instruments has depended and will ever continue to depend for its proper functioning on this rational faculty, which should be regarded as a sign of the revelation of Him who is the sovereign Lord of all. Through its manifestation, all these names and attributes have been revealed, and by the suspension of its action, they are all destroyed and perish. It would be wholly untrue to maintain that this faculty is the same as the power of vision, inasmuch as the power of vision is derived from and acteth in dependence upon it. It would likewise be idle to contend that this faculty can be identified with the sense of hearing, as the sense of hearing receiveth from the rational faculty the requisite energy for performing its functions. This same relationship bindeth this faculty with whatsoever hath been the recipient of these names and attributes within the human temple. These diverse names and revealed attributes have been generated through the agency of this sign of God. Immeasurably exalted is this sign, in its essence and reality, above all such names and attributes. Nay, all else beside it will, when compared with its glory, fade into utter nothingness, and become a thing forgotten. Wert thou to ponder in thine heart, from now until the end that hath no end, and with all the concentrated intelligence and understanding which the greatest minds have attained in the past, or will attain in the future, this divinely ordained and subtle reality, this sign of the revelation of the all-abiding, all-glorious God, thou wilt fail to comprehend its mystery, or to appraise its virtue. Having recognized thy powerlessness to attain to an adequate understanding of that reality which abideth within thee, thou wilt readily admit the futility of such efforts as may be attempted by thee or by any of the created things to fathom the mystery of the living God, the day star of unfading glory, the ancient of everlasting days. This confession of helplessness, which mature contemplation must eventually impel every mind to make, is in itself the acme of human understanding and marketh the culmination of man's development. Know verily that the essence of justice and the source thereof are both embodied in the ordinances prescribed by Him who is the manifestation of the self of God amongst men. If ye be of them that recognize this truth, he doth verily incarnate the highest, the infallible standard of justice unto all creation. Were his law to be such as to strike terror into the hearts of all that are in heaven and on earth, that law is naught but manifest justice. The fears and agitation which the revelation of this law provokes in men's hearts should indeed be likened to the cries of the suckling babe weaned from his mother's milk, if ye be of them that deceive. Were men to discover the motivating purpose of God's revelation, they would assuredly cast away their fears, and with hearts filled with gratitude, rejoice with exceeding gladness.